1 Kings chapter 18. It's very exciting what's going on. And it says, and it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came to Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, go present yourself to Ahab, and I will send rain on the earth. So Elijah went to present himself to Ahab, and there was a severe famine in Samaria. So we see these kings, remember Ahab is the wickedest that Israel has seen ever so far. So these kings had access to the prophets, they had access to the word of the Lord, they had access to knowing what is right and wrong. They chose not to have access. And even though they chose not to have access, or they chose not to follow instruction, and they could have followed, and at times other than went to the prophets to inquire about their child. So they could have went to the prophets, they could have knew about the word of the Lord. And even later we see Obadiah, who was working with King Ahab, he also feared the Lord. So now Obadiah feared the Lord greatly, for as it was while Jezebel massacred the prophets of the Lord, that Obadiah had taken 100 prophets and hidden them 50 to a cave, and had fed them with her bread. And we see now Obadiah was on his way suddenly. So Obadiah someone has feared the Lord since he was, I think I saw someone, was it feared from the Lord from a child? But either way, so even the king had access to people that also feared the Lord, but still these kings are wicked. And then his wife, Queen Jezebel. And one thing we see is powerful. In chapter 17, we didn't know why God told Elijah to go to a valley or go somewhere away. If you continue reading, sometimes things are not clear, but if we continue reading, if we turn the page, if we continue reading, continue seeking God, that clarity comes. We now see it is because of this wicked Queen Jezebel, and she's made it a life mission to kill all these prophets. We now see by turning the page, by continuing to seeking God, by continuing to get clarity of what is going on. Because you might not know what is going on, or the reason for your situation, why you're in famine, or why you're being in a place of drought. You might not know what's going on, but if you continue with God, you turn the page, continue reading, continue seeking Him, He will give you clarity of what is going on. So we see this is why He's here. And we see what we missed in 17 as well. Ravens feed Elijah, and it said the ravens brought him bread and meat in the morning. Imagine, so not Uber, not just eat. Ravens, birds are bringing this prophet food in the morning and evening. We have to ask ourselves, why did God use ravens? Remember ravens back in the Noah's days with the boat, the ravens weren't animals that were dependable. They threw the ravens away and they came back and they didn't come back. So it's God showing us that He is in control. Even these ravens will listen to Him, and we can depend on God sending ravens. So what else do we see? There's a lot going on. Elijah's Mount Carmel victory. So we see he's mocking. Also we see the king has people that fear God. Yeah, we talked about that. Obadiah feared the Lord from a child. Said we talked about that. So 450 of prophets. So we see here, there's the battle now at Mount Carmel. Where are we? There's 450 prophets of Baal and 400 of Ashiah the groves. Verse 1, Elijah. We see 450 men, therefore let them give us 2 bulls and let them choose 1 bull for themselves and then cut it in pieces. And later on we see they're praying all day and nothing's happening. And they start even cutting. And so it was at noon that Elijah mocked them and had said, cry aloud, for he is a God. Either he is meditating or he is busy or he's on a journey. And they start cutting themselves with knives and lances until the blood gushed out of them, but their God is not answering. And then we see Elijah prays and he says, and he put the wood, and he says, so the water ran all, and then he said, do it a second time, and they did it a second time. And we see Elijah said to them, Lord God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known this day that you are God of Israel, and I am your servant, and that I have done all these things. You'll hear me, your Lord. Then the fire of the Lord fell and consumed the burnt sacrifice. Now some people are talking about like we should control fire and things like this. It's not us controlling elementals and all this kind of stuff. It is God sending out His fire. It is them. It is God doing the work. And what other things we see? We see these kings have an ego, thinking Israel. When even Elijah went to him, he was talking about, what is this thing you've done to Israel? And Elijah said, I haven't done anything to Israel, I've done it to you. And the people need to pick a side. It says, choose one, book, choose. If God be God, choose God. We need to pick a side. We can't keep serving these bells and these Ashariahs. We need to pick a side. And later on we see the way Elijah prays, a fervent prayer, his posture with his head on his knees, a prayer that is about one thing, a prayer that is consistent, seeking the Lord many times, serving someone to be watchful, to see the answer of this prayer. Continue praying until He got answer. We need to have that posture where we depend on the Lord and asking Him for a serious thing or one thing and consistently asking and seeking it until we get the answer.